Ooh, my tummy go. Grrr. Alright. Wait on my babies, please. My nose is ready. Oh, hi, baby. My baby forgot already. You're funny. You don't forget. We just says it. No. It's not gonna be a long day. No. I know praises before his honeys. Why do's? Well, I always have to turn it up for the stream. It's always darker on the stream. Usually, yeah, I know, because they wakes my babies up. They don't use it. What is this? Whoa, what does this got to do with anything? What time is it, honey? 2:26. You don't go backwards. Oh, I gotta go backwards anyway. Two days in a row? Really, babe? Oh, that's right. I'm gonna wait for it to turn to 27. It's 26 right now. Yeah, beautiful, baby. Wait, does time... Thank you, baby. What does this game got to do with time, honey? I don't know what this game is. Oh, no. Thank you, baby. Alright, it's 27. Okay. Whoa, look, it's a monitor inside a monitor. I'll have it on, because I don't know, maybe it helps. Oh, what's that? What did that say? Reduce motion or something? Remove screen shaking camera bob? We'll have to see how bad it is. If it's bad, then yeah. How's it sound, babe? How's the audio?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I don't know how to default settings anymore, because our mic is louder now, so. You don't hear the audio at all? That turns it up.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Or he keeps it at 100.
This is the story.
You hear it? Let me take a listen. Oh. Alright, just leaves it at max then. Move on! Alright, let's go. I hope that didn't affect the time, because now it's been... Oh, it's quieter than me. It's at max though, so...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I have to turn my mic down then.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh,
and then one day,
oh.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Whoa, we're praying, honey, we're praying. That's not the time I said it, is it? No, it's 2:30. Lies and slander. Oh, we walk through the chair. Alright, what do I do?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A meeting room? Oh, okay. Where's the meeting room at? Oh, dude. I hate Mondays. It's okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
just walking and talking? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought I don't have to interact with anything or anything? Okay. It says to interact, go on the left. Oh, no. You think? Yeah. Yeah, but they want me to go to the right because they want me... I'd use it. Beautiful!
There was not a single person here either.
Oh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I was trying to figure out how not to get fired. It said talk less. You're correct. Let me go in the broom closet. Oh, you went in the right door? Oh, what happened? What happens if you go in the wrong door, honey?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I go downstairs this time.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
I just couldn't do
the
it.
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Bah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him?
It's a fair question.
Went? And for that matter, these
Oh,
words
really?
are starting to
Beautiful.
look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He
Ah.
just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
No.
This is all a dream.
No.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an
It
answer,
changed.
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Now we're back
He
here.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
No.
he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
I regret not going upstairs.
No.
No.
Stanley's head. One, he was
All this
amazed
because
he
I went
hadn't asked
down.
himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
Nope.
everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Because we're playing a game.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
Nope.
thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
I just
Was
walked.
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing
Yes.
that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
No.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to
Get
Stanley.
used to the talking.
After
Oh,
all,
no,
he
no,
was
no,
certain
no.
beyond a doubt that this was in fact a dream.
He doesn't
The
ever
voice
shut
would
up.
see him float and
Oh,
make the
no,
magical
no,
stars
no.
just a moment ago. How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
I'm going to have to turn him
surely,
down
if he
then,
could
because... Oh, no.
He
I
would
turned my
prove it.
headset down.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
No, I'm
He
walking.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press
Not
of
for
the
a
mattress
while.
on
I
his
don't know
back,
about the rest of the game. Oh,
the
great.
fresh air of the world
It's a
outside
time.
this one.
We'll figure it out, honey.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm
Wake
through
up.
with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Yeah, me
Let me
too.
go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
No.
It's all I want.
You don't push
I want my
buttons.
apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I do want my
All
wife.
I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wake up! Oh, beautiful. No, I'm right back in the same spot I was. Meh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell
Oh
me
no,
I'm real.
it's turning
I must
red.
Be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. What happened?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Stanley died. We gotta play Mariella
woke
now.
up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day,
Stanley's
her work was
cooked.
interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
We beat the game?
New. Everyone knows what crazy people
What did I
look
do?
like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
The end is never the end. I killed him. Oh, now we're back. Stanley died. Okay, we know goes downstairs.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
We
could
gotta
it mean?
restart.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I promise I never disobey what this guy says again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But my baby told me to go to right last time. She said, I go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, truly a room
Wow, it's
worth
beautiful.
admiring. It
Yeah.
had really been worth the detour after all. Just
It
to spend
was.
a few moments here and but eager to get back to business.
I didn't even
Stanley
let
took
him
the
finish
first
talking.
Open door on his left.
Oh. There's one part where he gets so mad, I think it's blue, red door. Oh. I go straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
That's
It's
so
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. I know what I'm doing. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Oh, die. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
He say do
I
red, I
realize that
think, and if he
investing your
goes blue,
trust
he
in
just
someone
teleports
else
you
can be
every time and say
difficult,
no,
but
no.
the fact is that the story has been about
Oh,
nothing
no
but
go.
you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Yes.
that
No.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show
No.
you something beautiful. Look,
Danger
let me prove
everywhere.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
The only reason I did that is because that sign said don't get off of that while it's moving, and I was like, wait, there's a thing here. Beautiful. This game is crazy, honey.
Now listen
Oh!
carefully, this is important.
My baby's
Stanley
doors.
walked
She
through the
just
red
tells
door.
me. She just tells me.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, red, right.
I still don't think we're communicating
Oh.
properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, right, red, right here.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
He just
You wanna
lets me
know
go,
so
babe.
badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
This is funny. Yeah.
See? There's nothing here.
Oh.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you
Oh.
were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Oh.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically
He's
for
a goner?
you?
Possibly.
I don't think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
He's
Work
going
with
to-
me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go.
Oh,
A third
okay.
option.
Oh.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Oh,
Go ahead,
baby.
Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Do we do it? He said, fine, you unlocked the secret door. Oh, da. Oh. Why is this orange too? Ceiling light. Okay, so that he didn't texture those lights like he did this. Meh. It's not textured. None of this is textured in here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Please rate your
Now,
experience.
Tell me about your experience with this new version.
Oh,
Would
it's
you
beautiful.
say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
Yes.
free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, but which one is it? Is 1 the best or is 5 the best? I promise. I go 5s. How do I...
Aha!
Oh.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here,
Oh,
based on
okay.
the data
Oh.
from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Honey, the game actually changes based on what you do is crazy. What is this? There's a leaderboard. Good old Neo is offline. He beat it in 2 seconds. Is that actually... Is this real? 21% of players skip the intro. Only the worst 3% of players chose something. Stanley. This can't be real because it says Stanley. That's us. We've been going for 7 hours apparently. Meh. We're ranked last. This is cool. Here we go. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Oh. 98.9 shows the more attractive than... Oh, players are more attractive than Stan. They're just dissing us. How long does it take you to complete against the others to complete? A dead rat took 3.5 hours. That's cool. Alright, so he gave us the third door again. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive
Oh, on the other
leaderboard
side.
helped you feel motivated to keep walking
Oh!
through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
They added they added a leaderboard. Yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
What kind of game is it? No, what kind of game is it?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
No.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm not doing this for 4 hours, I promise.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah, that's why I stopped doing it, babe, yeah.
Purely to spite me. Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Oh.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
What game?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
He actually picks a game.
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Babe, this isn't Firewatch, is it?
It's obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
I haven't
Perhaps for
played
some
it. I'm
sort
waiting
of
on my
twisted,
baby. You're
erotic
spoiling.
purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total
I was gonna say
mental
fears to
depravity.
fathom, but
So
this
far,
once
tell
I
us
saw the
everything
Wyoming,
about
that
this
picture
game,
right there,
Stanley.
or
And
that
it seems
volunteer.
there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Wait, did the person that made this game, did they make Firewatch too, or did they just collab with them to do this? Because how do they implement their whole game in... Bleh. Wait, honey, it's not gonna spoil, is it? I hope not, right? Surely not. I don't know what Firewatch is about, though, to be fair, so... We haven't praised it yet. I gotta wait till my Beba's finished and then we praises it.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Oh. What happened? You just say, oh, no.
It is. It's an open world game. Good
Oh.
God, quickly block it off.
Block it off.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
That close
I
call.
really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh,
Nah.
thank heavens.
They don't like open world games.
Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Okay, that was it for that one. Okay, good. So it doesn't spoil anything.
Walls. Something with nice
Fire watches? Oh no.
Okay, I think this...
It's hard to follow? Oh no.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost.
It gets
here.
so lost.
Now this
Yeah.
is game design.
How are they?
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We might play Rocket League again. Well, we've never played it on the channel,
Okay,
but
so what exactly do we do here?
I haven't played it in a couple of years. I was always booty
here
cheeks
in
at
the
it.
back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
Sports ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
Run the bases,
Okay,
touchdown.
Here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh yeah. Touchdown, bah.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Meh.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes
Oh
another
yeah.
ball.
No, I don't need multiple
Yes.
balls.
Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery
There's
shop.
so many.
I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Whoa! I got balls for days, babe. What is this game? This game is cooked.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
No.
Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Oh, the balls are going.
Hold on.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I fell down with the balls. Oops.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Sorry, I'm trying to eat while we play. Bah, I'm hungry. So this is the beta areas. Okay. Okay. Is this what the game looked like after the beta? Like this is what the textures. This is kind of cool. Oh, here you go, Beba. I didn't even think of that. Well, I'm eating. It was just a little bit of pizza. You want it? Here you go, Beba. Please. Babe, I don't even eat it. I throws it away. My baby don't want it. She throws it. I throws it away. No, I don't eat it. Too late. Too late. What do I do? What do I do? Oh. If you eat it, I eat it. I just started eating it. I just didn't say here you go yet, baby. I was waiting for the guy to stop talking, and yeah. I promise. What am I doing? Who eats it? Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Babe, are you listening?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
So,
he had simply missed a
we
memo.
went through the beta area. We went through...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
What's it
doors,
called?
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get
Feeling
fired.
a wave of disbelief,
That's a wall.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping
We went
coming
down.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Honey, here you go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
You
dark secret was being
said
held from him?
it.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
You do
By sheer
it.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Baby, you do it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door
Mind
of the
control.
red mind control facility.
or escape. Do we go to the mind control or do we escape? Stretch your mind controls.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh.
Now the
Cameras.
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
Oh.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That guy's fired. It's not us, is it?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground,
door just shut.
Everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Thanks.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
Oh, okay.
Trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button.
How do you know?
Screen, clicking on every little
cheating.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won?
Yes.
Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
That's messed up.
You made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Goodbye.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or
No.
will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Meh. He died again. No,
All his
no,
co-workers
no.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's over here? In the bathroom. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Oh.
Stepping into his
don't use
manager's
it.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I was 4-5. I did 5-4.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Babe, are you listening?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm hungry, babe. Please. Please. No.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh. That was literally... Oh, okay. You don't look sunny.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, no, no.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
Oh,
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
we win?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait, babe, that's the end? I know the game wasn't very long. That's why I asked if you wanted to play it. It was like an hour and a half or something. I know we didn't see all the paths, though. Early in development. I'm not reading all this, I promise. We can check it out, but I'm not reading everything. I'm reading that. Narrator emails. Oh. Yeah, I knew that the game is like really short. I did know that. So this is like basically, it's kind of like how Bendy did, babe, where they showed like how they made the game. Apartment timer. See, we didn't see some of this stuff, so I don't know. Stanley's office. To the left, to the right, Stanley's office over time. First created in 2011. The second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. So this was the original. And then they added another PC, some more cases. The desk is now like an elbow desk instead of... Oh, it is an elbow desk, it's just bigger. They added more details. And then this is how it turned out, I guess. They deleted the second PC and just kept the one. Interesting. What's this? Game design mock-up? Button went away. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Did we get the freedom ending? Did we get the dead ending? Because we did. We were supposed to get crushed. Countdown room, an early version of it. Okay. Zending model. The escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, only a few players realized this was what we were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. So the only way to win one of the challenges was to begin the game again? Bah. This place is crazy. Oh, this is the boss's office. Yeah. As they made it. For some reason they have the clock in there. What is this? Why is this button coming? Like, there's probably secrets that we don't... What's that say? One of the desks from the early version. Oh, it was just what it was supposed to look like. Or what it was. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. how they wish to control one another, how they both wish to be free.
And I turned it
Can you
off.
see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Nope.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat
turn the
this
PlayStation
game.
off?
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
I turns
Stop
it off.
now and it'll be your only true choice.
I turns it off, honey.
Do choose it. Don't.
I choose it, baby. I turns the PlayStation off. It's gonna end the stream, honey. Oh, no.
Let time choose for you. Don't let.
How'd they know we're on PlayStation? Meh. Is this a PlayStation exclusive? Or do they make different versions that says turn your PC off, turn your Xbox off? I'm intrigued.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
Bah.
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting.
He's saying
Was it a
something
painting
different now.
Or a photo. He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so that's the same. I want to go back downstairs.
Yet there was not a single person
And-
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just
Oh,
couldn't do
right.
it.
It's just
He
this.
considered-
I forgot. How did I get to that one spot?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time when Stanley came
It's
to a
probably
set of
this
2
way,
open
then.
doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Yeah,
left.
it was this way. We'll go that way, but I wanna fully go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Can I fall all the way down there into that truck?
But in his eagerness to prove
Nope.
that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Basically, this whole game is just going different paths into your death. That's literally what this game is. Wait, this is different. Oh, it
When
spawned us
Stanley
here
came
now.
to a set of 2 open doors,
So it
yes,
skipped
this
the
was not
intro
the correct
now.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There's so
Stanley was
many ways
bad
to
at
go.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Can I open that door? I know it's not
Stanley, I
open,
think
but
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
who? We cut him off whatever he was saying, so I don't know who he's talking about. Must be thank me.
That's her, Stanley.
Oh,
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly play...
I do it. Oh, thank you, baby. I was about to say, just bless. Meh. Oh, look, are we at her?
Hey, is that you?
We're at her
Hold on,
apartment.
sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right now.
Oh,
Come in
okay.
and tell me all about.
Oh,
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here,
that's
Stanley. I'm trying to get
terrible
you
to
to see
say.
something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Just
Sorry, but you're in
bah.
my story now.
You're in my story now? Bah. Babe, this game is crazy.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, we die. What else is new? Good morning, employee. Press down on your controller. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press up. Okay.
Look at him there, pushing
Oh,
buttons,
look,
doing
our desk
exactly
is
what
here.
he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, press to watch
And
TV.
so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through
He's
either.
going through the story
At
that he
last,
wants me to do.
choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was
So
almost
is he going to
too
make us go
wonderful to
left?
behold.
Because that's what he's been trying to get us to do. Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this
Oh.
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind.
Yeah, the bomb
Down another
room.
was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Yellow
Down
line.
another was a game with a baby.
The baby one
And
we
he called
played.
it the Stanley Parable.
Press X to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
We found the ending, actually, sir. We're just playing again.
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Meh. Go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Am I going to be able to bypass this by not listening to him, or does the game actually like force me to push it? Nah. What's if I'd use it?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand?
I knew it was
every
going to force
second
us
he
back to the
remains
beginning of the
here,
game.
he's
That's why it was
electing to
building our
kill
desk.
himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press X to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I
I
simply play to
am.
my intended
You
purpose,
know.
the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
I can't
I'll
do
try
so.
once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, Maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Bah. This game's got a lot of dark twists and turns and dark humor, and this game is crazy. And now we're back. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So, new content, babe. We got new content.
Oh, new content? What
Yeah.
does that mean?
I don't
New
know.
content.
It means stuff we haven't seen before. Does that mean we've seen everything else and this is the new stuff because we've seen everything else? I don't know. Where are we going now?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable.
Oh
Ultra
my
Deluxe.
gosh.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable
Babe.
was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
They don't pull the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Receiving critical and commercial success, it was
I
expanded upon
can't.
in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for
That's what we
consoles
have,
and
yeah.
home computers.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable.
So this is
delighting
part of this
audiences the
version that
world
we
over.
have. Okay.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
They
Oh,
actually...
this sounds delightful.
Five Nights at Freddy's
I'm very
is
excited to
crazy.
see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Ultra Deluxe
Well,
content.
So far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I feel like he's like being really sarcastic right now about this new content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Meh.
All right, let's see. It's
New
the
content.
jump circle.
They want me to jump 36 times? This is the new content? Biffo! We couldn't jump before, so I guess it is new content. They're not lying about that. Oh, and now I can't jump anymore. Okay.
Is that it?
I hope not.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's
Nah.
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
This game...
Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
This game is so self-aware.
For whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying...
it?
That was it?
You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore."
Wait, let me look.
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm
Test trophy
infuriated
description,
and I'm offended.
replace this.
I intend
It really
to
does
find
say
you
it,
on
babe.
Twitter and
I
hold
see it
you
right here.
personally
Test trophy,
accountable.
please ignore.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah, see, I kind of understand why they did that. It's like... Oh, wait, we're different. Hold on. I was about to say something. I was about to say, like... They didn't want to add new content. They're trying to show off these big game developers that keep making DLCs and trying to say that the base game is all you need. Like, make a good game that's in the base. Like, they're trying to diss the... You know what I mean? I think so. If I'm trying to say what... That's why he said, let's get back to what the Stanley Parable is all about. Like, he's saying that the new content's not what it was about. It's about, well, whatever this game's about, you know, just whatever. Hey, there's the office. But this is new, so...
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Oh, there. What is that? A screwdriver and...
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
The Memory Zone.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap
2013
port?
Hey!
Remember back in October of
You don't care, it's a cheap port.
Originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Blasphemy.
Waste.
There it is on Steam. This game, I actually can't. Get this game out of here. What is this? It's a box. Is that how people used to buy PC games? Had to buy it in a box. What's this? Audience Award. Wait, what's that say? It's hard to read, babe. 2018? 2014 Independent Games, okay. Some kind of Stanley Parable Mask Award. Good times. Stanley Parable on whatever website that is. Interesting. A trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. A dollar bill. The Stanley Parable demonstration. Oh, that was the demo. Okay, cool. I do like that they're like calling back to how the game went. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Oh, these are the achievements? Yeah, these are the achievements on Steam. It's impossible to get this achievement. Maybe they're on here too, but some more awards. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Okay. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Los Angeles Times. Is this real? Was this really in the papers? Oh, there's us that we died on the sidewalk. Beautiful.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
The
Like the
reviews.
stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art.
Oh, that's this?
Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What? You mean to tell me the new content's an hour long of just walking through this stuff? Yeah, right. I ain't got all that time. Memory zone maintenance.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.
Oh, that's the source code.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the
And there's the
nature of
carpet
choice in
textures.
games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Meh. I don't think this is a franchise. It's just one game. That doesn't count as a franchise, I don't think. Literally anything. Now, where do I go? Where do I go?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh, it's open now.
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I don't know.
No. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
Never heard of it.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Let's find out.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh. This game is cooked.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley
Why is the
Parable
good ones
isn't
you can't
quite
read
as
them,
stirring
but
as
the
I
bad
always
ones is...
remembered.
They don't want to show us the good ones anymore. These are all the bad reviews. Baby, ever heard of pressurized gas?
What's this one got to say?
10 hours?
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
That's true. You do have to. If you don't want to cut them off, you have to wait. That is true.
A skip button.
I cut them off though. I don't care.
Well, yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Oh, me neither.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll
This
pretend that I've just
game.
begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and
This game is too
Oh, you're back.
down to
You
earth.
were only frozen in
Like-
time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling
Like the
monologue
fact that
full of
they said,
unnecessary
"Oh, well,
verbal
don't just stand around
flourishes
waiting for me to
and
shut up." Like that's what I was
ruminations on
doing.
the
I was
nature of
waiting for him to
choice
stop
in video
talking.
games.
Bah.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not
We skipped it.
Oh, well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your finger. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Bah.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know. Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Bah, it is
I've
gone.
looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything. Oh, Stanley, you're back.
It's dark.
Back! Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
It's been a
It's
week.
been a week. Or 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome.
The tree died.
I've had time to think about you and about us and about
The tree's
everything
dead.
we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year.
It's
Have
been
you
over a
ever sat
year.
down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of
He's not here. What happened to him? You just want me to skip? He's not here anymore. The narrator is gone, babe. How long did we wait? Is he dead? The narrator died? Oh! The clock fell. There's a beeping. The fire alarm is going off. It's hurting my ears. We goes.
But they didn't understand the game
Oh, he's
was
back.
never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They
See, so
screamed,
now
they
he's
gnashed
making fun
their
of the
teeth
people that didn't understand what the game is
entertain
about.
us.
That's what
It
this
wasn't
is.
enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion.
Well, I guess he's cooked again. Still no door. Are we just gonna keep pushing this?
The end is never the end, is never the end.
Oh, he's saying the loading screen.
The end is never the end, 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 is
I hear water dripping now. All the lights are gone. Oh, look. The pipes are dripping. Is this building gonna slowly, like, degrade? And, I mean, first the plant died, and then the clock fell. Well, the door disappeared, then the plant died, then the clock fell, the lights are gone, and now it's dripping water. Like, bah. Oh, jeez, yep. So, where the pipes were dripping. Yeah. Clock's still here, though. But look, babe, they even have the details where the clock isn't working anymore, like the batteries died or something. There's the tree. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Is it snow? Is it winter? Yeah, this is snow, right? It sounds like snow. What's that? Oh, that was the ladder. I don't know where the narrator is. He's cooked. Oh! Summertime. Or spring. One of the two. I don't know. Beautiful. And... what happened? Like bombs dropped or something? It's like ash or something. Rubble. There's like smoke right there. Some creepy music. Some screaming. Babe, this turned into a horror game. Oh, the button broke. Oh, the whole building is... Okay, what happened here? We're in the desert. Can I just go back and push the button? Nope. Is this where we die? We're just in the desert and we die? Bye, building. Why is this sand color different? Oh. Oh, that was the end of the new content, babe. So basically we just fast forwarded time. That was the content. Until the world was ended, I guess. I don't know. Is there anything else we missed?
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. We got new content, babe. Oh, no.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New content. Oh, we're killing it. Oh, we skipped the ride. You don't say new, please. Why, baby? Why, baby?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Because TikTok has tainted it, and I don't
this
think...
far superior to a measly port with a few
Oh,
minor additions?
duh.
All the new territory will cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
You know what I wonder? Are they actually going to make a second game? Is this like them teasing it? I don't know. Bah.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Oh, okay. We're
Ultra
just
What
changing
does it
this
even
and...
mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear,
my baby
I
said
haven't
TikTok
quite nailed
ruins
down
it.
what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely
New
organize
features,
a
babe.
handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally
Please.
spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development
New
is
content.
much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Expo Hall 2.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, you sense it? Wait, what's the new features? We got the button that says your name on the player that is playing the game. Now, will it really? Hear your name in the game. Okay, let's take gander.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
Road to the
And of
perfect
course,
button.
the first and most obvious answer is
He's
that
got
they want to be
too small,
individually recognized
just right,
and validated
too
as
big.
people.
You're
So
funny.
with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Does it actually, though? Let's find out.
Jim.
My
So,
name is not
I should
Jim.
clarify. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Oh.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really see
I'm
the
not
full experience
Jim.
of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
It's Jim?
I want you
Okay,
to imagine
baby.
yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and be...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button.
Oh,
Otherwise,
fine.
it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Jim and Sophony. Babe, are you listening?
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Not Jim and Sophony
Imagine yourself
2426.
driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim,
You're good.
staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Oh, beautiful,
If so,
baby.
Then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley
Bah.
Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy.
Whoa
Sometimes a
there,
person can
cowboy.
be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Push it on the way down. This game is cooked. Okay, so that's one of the new features. You get to be Jim. Get to be Jim, my love.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the
The
Stanley
button
Parable
that says
2.
Jim, they
That would
changed
actually
it.
save me the work of finishing this feature.
They changed the sign. What's it? Where does this go? The epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Wait, is this the epilogue, babe? The new content? This is the epilogue? Because we beat the main game. That. They got collectibles? Oh yeah, you need a collectible in every type of game. Settings world and the champion, infinite hole, and there's a free trophy. We haven't got a single trophy, so we probably should. Free new plus easy trophy, it says. Oh, let's go this way first. There's merch. Whoa. Settings world champion. Okay, can't even do that. This place is... There's the infinite hole. It won't end. Is that what it says? What's this say? Oh, Stanley with the trophy. The Stanley Parable 2. Free trophy. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy.
Test trophy.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy
In the sequel,
the
babe.
hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
They don't fix it in this
we
one.
hear you,
They just make
and
a sequel.
I promise it will happen.
It says unlocked right there. It said, let me take a look. Wait, we didn't beat the game because we didn't get an achievement for beating the game. It says beat the game. These trophies are weird. 7% of people, 8% of people got the test trophy. Quit the game and start again is an achievement. We can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Oh, does that mean I was supposed to keep jumping whenever they had the new content jumping thing? Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday? Only 1% of people. What do? Just load up the game on Tuesday and just leave your PlayStation on all day and don't do anything? Just click on a door 435 times. What is wrong with this game? Complete the game in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times. Set all setting sliders to the menu to all the available numbers. Huh? Oh, that's that Settings World Champion door. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all the available numbers. Oh. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Okay, so hold on. This game is so weird. Who made this? So go through every number with every slider. Now, do I have to do it like that, or can I do it quick like this? See, it starts skipping numbers, so you can't go super quick. I just click it as quick as I physically can. Haha. It's just the audio left, babe. I'm just gonna hold it so it goes quicker, but then I'm gonna let go so it doesn't skip numbers. It'll probably be quicker than me, and my fingers won't start hurting from clicking so much. Alright, babe, we're almost done.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The blasphemy coming out of this game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
You hear the narrator? He's singing the music. The elevator music. Dun, dun. Oh, I skipped numbers. That's fine. I'll just go back up normally. Almost done. Last one, babe. This better give it to us or I'm gonna cry. Well, we didn't get it. Is there one that I'm missing? We did field of view. We did that. Does it count these? They're not sliders though. I don't know, baby. I tried. Oh, I have to apply it, maybe? I'm not doing that. I didn't apply it, I was just doing it. I don't know if that's what you have to do, but I don't care.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The collectibles. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Here it is. We got it! 1 out of 6. Oh, we're so good. Oh, and it teleported us back. Oh yeah, we're so good.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Here's a guide. There's a lot to do still. Oh, that's the exit. We don't want to go that way. I want to go to this infinite hole. What's that? Oh, the jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable.
There you go. I got
2
the
as
achievement.
well.
You can't jump.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first
And we got
time
another
you saw the
achievement for
jump
getting your
circle.
first trophy. So
Oh, well.
you get 2 for 1.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
So that's nice that they added this in case you missed the achievement originally. So that was cool that they did that. So we didn't have to replay it just to get it. What's that say? Please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday. Oh, I gotta pick. Okay, good. Wait, honey, what do we do? Get well someday or happy 12th birthday? Oh, it says Stepney's too. What we pick, honey, please? We're gonna impact what the second game looks like. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh. Let's do this one. I feel like most people would pick this one. Just because it's funny.
It makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece, it is.
How did it know we wanted that one anyway? It gave it to us anyway, baby. Beautiful. It's all part of the plan, babe. All calculated. Oh, look, they added it to the pictures, babe.
Well, actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Yeah, they're cooked. This game is something else. The reassurance bucket. Okay. We got some merch. Let me get some merch. Is that a real QR code? Is this real merch? The button that says gym, we did that one. What's this say? The button that says the name of the play. No, that's the gym button. Yeah, it just takes you to gym. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. Oh, babe, they made a second version of the game. So the baby's all grown up now. And he's going to bankruptcy. Yeah, this game's cooked. So they switched the orange out for red. That's the office design. That's an ugly floor, but okay. The updated ray tracing, more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to the something. New features, new content, new ideas. Alright, so we need... What's this say? Oh, that's the screen. Okay, let's go to the reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Oh,
you may
beautiful.
even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bah.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah, babe, all this and more. And now we gotta carry the bucket forever, or what? I guess we just keep the bucket, the reassurance
Does anyone
bucket.
give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? There really should be an award if it isn't already.
Oh, what? You make it for us, please, please. We have our reassurance bucket, babe. We are never gonna be scared again. Even when we fall down this infinite hole. Oh, what's this say? I don't care. Opening, rim, surrounding area. Yeah. It's just stuff about a hole. Baby, you might have to close your eyes, honey.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's
Infinite
right.
hole.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I feel like there's gonna be something now.
Now, I
Yeah.
don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later.
Yeah, see, so this thing's not infinite, babe. He's trying to get us to teleport before we hit the bottom.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is.
Look how tiny
It's
the
an
light is at the
extremely
top
deep hole.
where we came
I don't
down.
want anyone to say that it isn't
It
an
is pretty deep.
astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
We hit it.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Honey, that
I
didn't
think
affect
the
you,
hole
right,
was as
baby?
deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little
Okay,
heated
good.
there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for
I
you,
mean, it was a
then
pretty
go
long
ahead and
hole.
press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
That was a pretty big... I was hoping there was an achievement or something down there, but nothing. Just showing off the infinite hole, I guess. The somewhat infinite hole. Are we out of stuff, babe? You might have to go to this exit. Let me look at this sign here again. This is the map. The jump circle we did. Trophies done. The buttons done. The merch done. Setting world champions done. The reassurance bucket we have. Office decorations. Yeah, we did it all. Okay. We done, Zbibbis. Oh wait, I gotta go this way. That's right. Through the...
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yeah.
to move on now?
Yeah. Why is he, Oh. Okay, he was bleeding. No screenshots, babe.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
There's the balloons. The bucket.
Well, I mean,
the
there's
collectible.
potential here, right? It's
The epilogue.
sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Hold on, I'm looking at. There was the button.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh. There's the new
Who
floor.
am I kidding, Stanley?
Collectible,
This
balloon.
isn't a coherent video game at all.
Epilogue.
It's a lot of gags. And I do very much
The
enjoy
broken trophy
creating
system.
gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Buttons, the infinite hole.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ah. He actually has a settings or a menu. And it's a animated intro. The settings are the same, they just changed everything to red. He did say that, remember? He said that he switched the orange to red. The details is crazy. This guy is crazy. Whoever made this, props to them. If it was one person, if it's the narrator.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company
Look, the
in a big
balloons!
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. As though he had been
I was waiting to see if anything else changed, but it's all the same. The orange is not red anymore.
Was happening.
All they did was add the balloons in the beginning.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh, there's the title.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid.
We're not gonna,
Stanley
like,
found
actually
himself
play
unable
this,
to
right?
move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers
The
were gone.
balloons.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, the balloons, we found the bucket. I guess he decided not to go with the red, he's kept it orange. The new content's gone, because we're in it, I would assume.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I kind of want to see... We're in the new it's different. There we go.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
He's talking about the
Perhaps
bucket.
His boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley in the bucket. We never went this way. Oh, we can't now in the DLC, but in the original game we can.
Stepping into his manager's
Or whatever
office,
this is.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
That's the bucket guy.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
There's a collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward
2 out of
for
6.
collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Instead of making a second game, whoever made this just put it in the first game. They're like, yep, this is the second game now. The DLC is the second game.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
The bucket's here for us, baby.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
But this is how we beat the game. The mind control, we didn't beat the game. Let's do it, because what if we push off this time and see what changes? Because that's how we beat the game going escape last time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
This is our way of finding the other stuff that we missed. So we don't have to play through the whole game again.
Jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
Nearly dropped the bucket.
Monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
No, we're supposed to reassure the bucket, not us. Or the
Was
bucket's supposed to reassure
under the
us, not
mind
us to
control
the bucket.
facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof.
Okay.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
I can't with the
They
bucket.
high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
You turned it off this time, baby.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Was it over? Oh.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the
We just
tyrannical
needed the
grip of
bucket the whole
evil
time.
mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Every
Both of them
country?
wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple
What?
life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh. The door stopped.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What? That was the ending, babe. Okay, so I'm gonna try it again, but this time we're not gonna take the bucket, because they won't let... Wait, the phone's ringing. Who is it?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the
Not my
Future
Beba?
Happiness Foundation.
Get out of here.
Confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work.
Oh.
Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent.
Yes.
Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome. I just ordered 1,500 or however many boxes that was. Okay, so don't take the bucket this time. We don't take the bucket, even though we want the
Stanley
bucket.
came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Wait, are we just playing the base game again now, babe? But since we did the new content, it added it to the base game? Because if so, that's cool. Oh. Trust the completionist instinct? Oh, they're telling us to find the rest of the collectibles. There will be a reward for finding them all. Mission status. Oh, this tells us where they are. We already got 1 in 5. A large room, lots of boxes. Okay, now I kind of want to find them all. Look what they did to me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is one in the bathroom? Yeah.
Another miniature Stanley figure.
I was just taking a
There's
guess.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I didn't want to read the board. I assume it's in all the spots that... See, we never went this way before. Oh, it's just an elevator. Oh, jeez. Let's go up first. This is like the only other place that we haven't been to before. How long is this elevator? Oh. This elevator might be a troll. I think this elevator is a troll. I don't care. If it does lead to somewhere... It was not 5 seconds. I am...
The moment he entered his manager's office,
I promise.
froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley
Was it
in
really?
such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No, you've talked
That
enough,
kind of
narrator.
anxiety isn't healthy. So
No.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh, it's time, baby. Open the door. It was not 5 seconds, baby.
Feeling
There's no
soothed
way.
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Wait, we got this one. I'm cooked, baby. I got no patience.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Going through all this is kind of annoying.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
You know what I
screen.
wonder? Is each one of these people also doing what I'm doing?
Eternally monitored
Like
in
what
this
we're doing,
place
babe?
where
Do they have to go through this as well?
freedom
Like if they break free, do they have to do the same stuff that we're doing? Like each one of them?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
We'll go back to the elevator
No.
after all this.
He refused to
We'll
believe
take a
it.
gander.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Where's that light even
eating,
coming from?
Working.
Meh.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided...
At this point, when we stop playing this game, I'm just gonna be like, where's the narrator at in real life? So used to him talking.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments
But
away.
we don't have our bucket.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where
I
had
don't know.
his
There is
co-workers
probably a
gone?
lot, but I don't care.
How
I
had
just
he
want to
been
see them
freed
all.
from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
We beat the game, babe. That's all we had to do. This whole time, we just had to hit no and we beat the game. Meh. Now we actually beat the game. Yeah, so babe.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Babe, this game is crazy. I was about to say, us doing the DLC, the new content, out of the balloons and stuff in the bucket. But look, remember we called that lady and we ordered all those boxes? Now they're here. What? The details in this game is actually kind of crazy. This place is just filled with boxes now. Oh, no, 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 no. I want to take the bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
We gotta find the rest of the collectibles. You notice that the new content's shut now because we already beat the new content. It's already added to the game. So they don't let you play that. They don't let you do it twice.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Making sure you can't go in any of these. There's probably
And
one
it
in
was.
here.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps
Is there
it truly
not?
was.
Okay,
How
well.
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thought there would be one in there.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
We
to go
still
back
never
to
went
the
that
meeting
way
room.
before. We'll have to do that still. The balloons are just everywhere.
Said the bucket.
No.
Go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
He's got an
Cargo
accent for the
lift, yes.
balloon.
Go
Or for the
there.
bucket, I mean.
Go to the cargo lift.
Wait, the
Good,
bucket's
said the
telling us what to do.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
What?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
There's a
did
secret
whatever
path
the
right
bucket
there, look.
asked.
And there's a collectible. How we do's it.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
What dark room? I know dark room. Oh, that dark room? Okay. Oh.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Oh, is this gonna be the life thing again? I don't want to do this. I was just...
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
But it is different because it
Once
says
upon a
his
time,
bucket.
I gave Stanley a bucket because
Yeah,
I thought
whoa.
he was lonely and could use a friend.
This is way different.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Where's it? Where'd our bucket go? Oh, here it is. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press circle to take me to work, okay? So
The
instead
Stanley
of...
Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Take me back home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Where's the bucket? Oh. Go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Oh, don't listen to the loud man. Press triangle to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Ignore anyone in your life except for me. Okay.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Go back home. What is
Yes,
this?
I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Relive the same day with me over and over. Oh,
Oh my God,
there's the
what am I
bucket.
saying? Better
Shadow.
than carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Go home or work. Oh, go home to work, to home to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No,
What?
No. What's going on? Why
Whoa.
do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what
We're
to
stuck.
do in this troublesome situation.
There we go.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give
Oh
it to me.
no,
Give
the
me
narrator
bucket,
wants the
Stanley.
bucket,
I need
babe.
it. Give it to me now. Give
Close
it
my
or-
eyes. Oh, I actually closed my eyes in real life for some reason. Meh. Go back to work. No. Is that the end of that one? The end of that story? Yeah. So, the narrator became obsessed with the bucket. How many endings are in this
All of
game?
his co-workers were gone.
Oh,
What
the-
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The boxes are gone. That was funny though that the boxes were there. We gotta be almost done, right, babe? We've seen almost everything by now, surely. What is this? This is different. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I will go this
So
way.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Never been this way.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
That is the only door that opened. Okay, left. He didn't
Oh,
seem...
no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Oh.
No, no, no,
Oh.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
He's screwed through the papers.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Oh, great.
No.
We're above.
This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Yeah,
Quick, Stanley, close
it's
your
not
eyes. Okay.
It's not a spoiler. We've already beat the game.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, so that one was a short one. Just like if you find it. Oh, the balloons are gone.
Workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
The
to go to
bucket's
meeting
gone.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They got rid of all of our stuff, Bebe. Does that mean...
When Stanley... Wait, what?
That's why.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Apparently
Everything
not.
should be... Or did something change?
Yeah.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was
Yeah.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to go that way, but chairs are blocking it. Is this just a maze? Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Oh. Surely there's not a collectible in this maze, right? This feels a bit much.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you
Well-
there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
We might need
I find
to.
it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh. Well, the balloons
All
and
those
boxes are
co-workers
gone
were
still.
gone. What could it mean?
So this isn't
Stanley
right.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now the doors are gone.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. No doors. Okay. I mean, some of these places look like it would be.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind.
Oh.
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Is this my punishment for not listening to you? You're just making me walk in circles.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this
Me
the
neither.
story? I don't think so.
Never seen
I
it before.
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Woo!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Yay, baby! Oh.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
He doesn't restart the game. Oh, the line! Wasn't this an achievement? Uh... No. What did we read about the yellow
All
line?
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we
Adventure
don't get
line.
lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yeah, but this is a new area. We never been this ways.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Bah.
Wait, cut the music. Go back
Please.
and look at that fern.
What fern? This
Stanley,
one?
this fern will be very important later in the story.
Oh.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Baby, please, remembers this fern, please. Take it, baby.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
He remembers the fern, baby. Please. He remembers the fern.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
He's getting upset, babe. We got the line
You know what,
again.
Stanley, I
Oh.
say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting.
I've tried and you get
daring,
mad at me.
mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Babe, the line is
No lines or
trademarked.
monitor
Look,
booms.
line
Just
has
standard
the TM on it.
narrative. We should
Bah.
be fine.
They trademarked it. They said this is our line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to
Why?
lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
Again,
then by all
Dizzy.
accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
But it's different now because before it was to the left.
Oh,
The
what's
confusion
this?
ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
8
That's
times?
really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
After
Oh,
a
if I
long
don't wanna
time,
forget,
Stanley dies.
my mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be.
So
I
we're
don't
here,
want it to be. I don't want
think.
the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it.
Oh.
I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it?
We beat
Did we
it.
break the cycle?
We break the cycle.
Whatever it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Has it really been
Will
18
something
minutes?
happen? So, okay. I guess now we just
Get
wait.
bored and
You
leave.
know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or
Babe,
the
I
journey,
think
though
we're
they're
gonna
all
have to
saying
stop
that life
playing
is
because I'm
about the
getting
journey
bored.
and not the destination.
We'll be honest with
So
you.
I hope that's
We've
where we
seen
are
enough.
now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Bah, it auto-ended. Cheating. Oh, that was the end of it. Okay. Well, maybe we'll stop there because now our balloons and stuff are back.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Let's try to... Oh, my baby zones. I know, it's now hitting me like, meh. Let me try to get this achievement for beating the game in 4 minutes. Let me try that. Maybe we can come back and play this again one more time after some other time, I don't know.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna try to get this achievement quickly.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad.
Oh.
Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Even the game's getting tired of doing it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Last time we're doing this and I'm done.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I'm gonna try for the 4-minute achievement. I don't know if it'll... if we'll be able to do it, but...
Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life.
Has it been 4 minutes?
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Almost there.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided...
We do this, we make it, hopefully we get the achievement. Has it been 4 minutes? I don't know. Maybe we should have timed ourselves.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He
I'm
had
gonna run all the
defeated
way to the
machine,
door.
unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Hurry,
Where
hurry.
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries
Hurry,
did
hurry.
this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer
Hurry,
would
hurry.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Let me out there.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
I think it's been more than 4 minutes, huh, baby?
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I tried. We didn't get it. It was worth a shot. I done. Now it still says the Stanley Parable too. That's crazy. Let me see. There was an achievement to like quit and start again.
This is the story.
Click on a door 430 times is crazy. Quit the game and then start it again. Does that mean I gotta quit the game, like actually quit the game, not quit to the menu? Alright, baby, it's okay. We done. I played longer than I thought we was going to. We should have been dead forever ago, but... Bye, babies, I love you. Before